Hi everybody, my name is Shannon. Welcome to my channel, Another Yarn. Thank you so much for joining me today. I greatly appreciate it. Well, you get to listen to the squeaky voice for another day or two, hopefully not much longer. I'm wanting this thing to go away. It cracks me up every time I giggle because it goes so freaking high. It does. It makes me get in a little coughing fit, laughing fit and everything. And hubby's commented on it earlier too. He's like, you get this high-pitched little squeal. So I guess you gotta look at the good parts when you're not feeling well. It's okay. I did grab today this blue. What is this? What yarn am I using? I don't know. It's a Tweety thing. What am I using? Do we know? I don't know what I'm using, but I have that much of it. I don't know if I have any more. It's like a cotton tweed. Where did I get that? Is that something I had in here? Oh, I do know what that is. Okay, it's over in here. It's one of these. Oh, balls down, balls down. I think I might have some more back there. It's a Hobby Lobby discontinued yarn. Something tweed. Yeah. All right. Couldn't remember. I started a little while ago. Well, this is a baby sweater. Yes. And I am excited because I have 3 of the 4 pieces done. And that's exciting. Look at this. That is a cute little sleeve. I got a sleeve done. And, you know, dropped it because I was talking about it. Where'd it go? Oh, I didn't drop it. It's in my hand with the needles. And then here is the sleeve number 2. So working right along. Look, see? I'm close, right? I'm close. And then that's all 4 pieces once I get those 2 done. Isn't that adorable? Don't you like that pattern? That is just such a pretty little relief. It's just knits and pearls. The pearls make the little diamond shape on there. When I'm on the right side looking at it here, it's very easy for me to see the pattern. When I'm on the wrong side, not so much. But I've gotten it, right? This is not my first time making the sweater. The first time was about 20 years ago. Yeah, the book's that old. So I'm working on that. And look, I've got front and back pieces. That's exciting. The front and the back are the exact same. The white's just a holder. That's all that is. And let me pull these together. I'm excited. I've got a piece or a thing almost done. Look at that. Isn't that cute? And then, once I get all of those done, and the nice thing with this yarn, it's a blend of some sort, is it's laying pretty flat. It's not like I'm going to have to do some serious blocking to be able to sew everything together. But check this out. That's how that fits in right there. Just eases right in, right there. Front, back, arms. Perfect. Not a bad piece. Oh, you're new here and you don't know what I'm making? One moment. I have the book. This is a book by Debbie Bliss. I believe it was published in 2003. So yeah, it's over 20 years old. For those of us in this generation, 2000, the year 2000 is over 20 years ago. You don't start counting in the year 2000 and back. Yeah, when people talk about that, 10, 15 years ago or whatever, or when somebody says something like, oh, it was 1990, I'm like, oh, that's not that far. It's only 10 years ago. It's not 10 years ago, by the way. 1990 is not 10 years ago. Yeah. So I know I am not the only one that does that. I had a couple people do comments down below when I was talking about the 20-year-old book. Yeah, it's just, and it's evidently a pretty common thing for a lot of us that, actually lived through 2000 and are old enough to remember 1999 to 2000. Yeah, I definitely qualify in that. So this is, I don't know if you can still get it. I'm not sure. I didn't look it up. This is a book by Debbie Bliss, and I have made multiple things out of this baby book over the years. One thing I definitely did not make was this scarf. I don't understand why you would make a scarf for a baby. That, to me, does not seem like a very bright idea. And that child looks like it can get around, maybe toddling, walking, crawling or something. I'm just saying a scarf wouldn't be my first choice, nor has it ever for a baby. But, maybe for a photo op, maybe that's what it's for. But I don't want to do that for a photo op. That's a lot of work. I just know. But there are some cute patterns in here. And I have made them multiple times. I have made the slippers, and I need to make those again. it's like an origami pattern. The whole thing is on how you sew it up, and then it looks really, really cute. So if your sewing skills are a little iffy, it's a great thing to practice on. So I'm thinking of making those again so then I can practice on them, because I could get better. Yeah. Another one that I have made, well, oh, this is what we're making. This one right here. See the diamond relief pattern? That one right there is what we're making. Love that. And let me show you another one that I've made multiple times and love it. This one right here. I have made that one countless times. That one right there I did with multiple times with 100 grams of sock yarn and size 3 needles. And I was able to make up to a size 12 month. And it's just really cute, you know, because there's so many beautiful sock yarns, and not all of them are really woolly feeling. Some of them are, some are silky, some are smooth. I mean, you know, it's finger and weight. We've got this. But that one right there and this particular pattern, I was always able to get up to a 12-month size with that in one 100-gram ball of yarn. So I thought that was really fun. Anyway, those were the ones that I was working on, and I'm excited about this one. Well, for one, because I haven't done it in a while. The yarn is super soft. It is so pretty. And I am that far along to having something else just cute and finished and done. And to me, that's exciting. I've only got, what, that much more of the second sleeve? Yay, that much more of the second sleeve. And once I get that done, then sew it together. I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. You have confidence in me, don't you? I know you do. I could make it happen. And then just the neck trim. The neck trim I don't think is anything difficult. I don't think it is. I think it's just ribbing, right? Just pick up the stitches. I've got some live stitches here, right, on both sides. And you pick up some stitches along here and everything, because you're going to sew the shoulder things together, right? I mean, yes. So this is what I have going on in my still congested, sick thing, you know. Yeah. Went to the doctor today. She confirmed, yeah, you're sick. Got it. Thanks. But nothing serious. Nothing really like, oh my gosh, you know, I'm not going to die or anything like that. You know, that was not a fear, by the way. That was not a fear. It's a joke. Yeah. So just made sure that there was nothing serious. It's just blah, blah, blah virus. Okay. That's it. Just, that's all there is to it. And let's see. Once I got home, I was talking and everything. I was working on some other things. And then my husband, out of the blue, you know, he's like, oh, by the way, that's my hat. What? What are you talking about? What do you mean it's your hat? He said, the hat that you're making out of my sleeve, it's my hat. No, it's not. I'm making this for Stefan. He said, no, Stefan's our son. He's our middle guy. And he said, no, that is my third sleeve that you're working with. It's going to be my hat. I knew I shouldn't have showed it. I said, no, it's a lined one. Stefan needed a lined hat because he goes out and he walks the dog and everything, right? So here we go. Now this, you'll recognize and everything, is this yarn. This is the Arcane Fiberworks yarn, and it's the Rising Phoenix color, and I thought it would be gorgeous. Look at that. Look at that all the way around, right? Isn't that pretty? And that is the same pattern that I have just fallen in love with. It's this. It's just a stitch pattern that I got out of an Alice Starmore Charted Knitting's book and fell in love with it. It's my third hat using that stitch. Love it. So what I did differently on that, hats are flying, it's okay. What did I do differently on this? I know it doesn't, now I'm losing stitches. Doggone, that's not going to be good. Don't lose the stitches. Okay, I'm doing hat surgery. All right. I think I got them. Whatever, it'll be fine. It'll be So I have all this stuff scrunched on here. You can see my floats. Aren't those cool? Yeah. So I've got all the stitches scrunched on here, and then I've got this thing, and you're like, well, that looks kind of ugly. And I have to agree. It really does. This is not a brim. What this is what yarn did I use? It's right here. Where'd it go? How is it under my feet and over my feet at the same time? That makes no sense. Okay, I'm gonna play jump rope. All right, there we go. It's this yarn. Yay, it's this yarn. So what I did is I cast on the 120 stitches and I used a smaller needle, a lot smaller, and just did stockinette stitch. Okay, got it. And I did it for as long as I thought would be a really good double thickness for going right over here at the ear area. So here we go. See the pink yarn? Is that pink right there? That's a provisional cast on. So all of those are live stitches right there. So that's just holding that. That pink thread's not going to stay. And even if it did, no one would see it, but it's not going to stay. So once I get, so now you see that's the back side. So once I knit up a little bit farther, and these two are the same, because I've got that nice pearl right there, so it made it towards a good fold over. So once I get to the same portion, I'll take another needle and undo that pink thread right here and put all those stitches on that needle. So I'll have 2 needles like that. And then what I'm going to do is knit 1 stitch live from the hat and then 1 stitch from here. And that's going to put them together like this, and it's going to create that super thick double warmth hat layer right here that he's going to really need during the winter months. And then that's that pretty pattern that I'm enjoying. And you know what I really realized doing this? I know it's terrible and I shouldn't say that. I like this color work better, and I like this better. I like the stripes with the color changing gradient yarn more in that pattern than I do in my stunning, gorgeous Arcane Fiberworks Phoenix Rising, which is what this one is. Now, if it's striped more around like a gradient, well, maybe that thickness of stripes, right, for it, I think I would like that. But it's beautiful. I'm not saying it's not beautiful, but I'm not as keen with it. You've got the yellows and the reds. I'm not as keen with it on that. It's stunning. It is really pretty, but I do like the striped gradient better. I know it's a surprise, right? But you know, you don't know those things until you realize, until you work with it and you do them. And I thought that would just look like fire. I mean, just gorgeous with the bright colors in this charcoaly gray. But if I would have made that one first, I don't think it would have bothered me. It doesn't bother me, but I don't think it would have hit me the same. I think it would have just been, oh my gosh, that's amazing, that's stunning, that's gorgeous. But having done this one as my first with that pattern, and just seeing that pop and that solid, you know, the full stripe of it and everything, I really like that look. This is still beautiful. I'm still going to finish it. I mean, I might as well, because you look at each one of these, I just have 2 full repeats of that pattern right there. And you can see, I mean, I've got over half of it done, so I might as well. And I've done all of this. I might as well finish it. But it sounds like I'm going to have to make another one anyway. And a lot of people had commented too, all joking aside, because that is the yarn for my husband's sweater, is I should probably finish his sweater before I start using some of the yarn, just in case. I don't want to end up playing yarn chicken. I do have the body of his sweater done, and I have one, well, I'm working on my 3rd sleeve, right? You know, so we'll see on that. And then once I get those sleeves, then I just have to do this part coming up here, and the placard itself, I'm going to have like a big shawl collar, you know, those Papa shawl collars, and I'll have that with the charcoal color. So I should have plenty of yarn. I believe I think I had 5 skeins of the Phoenix Rising to begin with. Hubby bought it for me for my birthday, and because he thought I wanted to make a sweater for me out of it, and I wanted it to make a sweater for him, so it worked out really well. I'm happy. He had no idea, you know, and there you go. So I'm kind of on the fence with that, but I should probably just finish it, knock it out and everything, you know, because even if I fell short a little bit on his sweater, it's just make the shawl collar bigger. You know, it would work out. Trust me, I'd come up with a way. It would be fine. So there is that. So those are the things that I am working on and everything, and having an absolute blast with my crafting, with everything else, playing with my yarn, and trying my best to get as much sleep and fluids and everything else that I can to get my voice back to normal, so I don't sound like a little squeaky toy, right? Because that's what it reminds me of right now. So thank you so much for putting up with me and listening to these high decibels. I think if you have any men in your household that have any hearing issues, they can't hear me right now anyway, because it's too high. Because when men tend to lose their hearing, they lose the high pitches, and us women, we get irritated because they can't hear us. They literally cannot hear us. So there is that. Yep, that's it. Okay, well, my voice has gotten really, really high, so it is time for me to go with that. I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. You guys have a great day, night, evening, whatever it happens to be. And I will talk to you again later. Bye-bye.